Okay, hi guys. My name is Dr. Theon Sims, and welcome to the Limitless Podcast. Joining me, as always, is your co-host, Dr. Matthew Preston. Hail up the people in Matthew.
Hey guys, what's good?
Okay, and as you can see, we have an amazing guest, right? The CEO of JFP himself, Sir Metry Seaga. You can say hi, Metry, to
Hey,
everybody.
hi everybody, and thanks very much for having me, guys. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh man, thank you so much for coming on. Uh, I, in previous episodes, Preston and I speak a lot about JFP. Actually, we do love the company,
Great.
and I was even telling Steve. Steve was just on
Yeah,
Sergani that when I first met him, I was saying, "Listen, Steve, we'd love for you guys to be on the podcast because personally, JFP." I only own two stocks, and JFP was one of them at
really.
that time. Still only own two stocks, and JFP is one of them. So, yeah, man.
Well,
We
well,
really
well, you're doing
appreciate the
well with
work.
this stock now, right? And we hope to
Yeah,
continue
man.
that trend.
Yes, man. Thank you. Love how we're working for the company.
Yeah,
So, we have a few questions
sure.
and so on. So, for our guests that don't necessarily know about JFP, right? Although a lot of them should know, but for the crowd that's joining because you're on, can you just tell us a little bit about JFP and what you guys do?
Sure, it'd be my pleasure. JFP is a contract furniture manufacturing company. We started the company 38 years ago. Um, we started out as a fiberglass manufacturing company, so the name was actually Jamaica Fiberglass Products. Today we have transitioned to JFP. So over the years, we started out making fiberglass pieces of furniture and varying products, looking for that one magic bullet that we could find, manufacture in volumes, and export. But whilst that was happening, the bills had to be paid. So we ended up going into woodwork, metalwork, upholstery, solid surface, stones, acrylic, and the business evolved over the 38 years to the point where we are now. So, what we are today is a contract furniture manufacturing company for the commercial space. So, we don't manufacture chairs and put them down and hope people come in and buy them. What we do is we manufacture to order. So if a customer comes in and says, listen, I want to outfit this restaurant, or I want to outfit this hotel, or I want to outfit this store, what we do is we work with them, create the design, unless they have it already, or unless they're working with an architect or interior designer, or unless they're a chain like the KFCs or the Starbucks, when they come to us and
Hmm.
say, listen, this is what we want you to manufacture, this is the material we want you to use, and then we build to that specification. So in both of those cases, we design and or get the design, and then we manufacture, we import raw materials, and then we manufacture to specification and install the products.
Nice, nice.
So,
Okay, lovely. And you mentioned a few of
yeah,
the
right.
clients.
So I wanted to just elaborate on that for a bit. Our customers is more who you would know or your listeners would know rather than our company. So every time you go into a KFC or into a Starbucks or TGI Fridays or the AC Hotel, that's the furniture that we manufactured here, and we're very proud of it. You know, our 100 workers in our facility are very proud of the fact that we can say that everything in those places, for or the majority of it, was manufactured right here in Kingston.
Mhm. I
Lovely. We'd
love
love to
on your
hear that.
website, you guys have this, or I think it's your website or your prospectus.
Yeah,
You have this image and you show like all the different customer logos. And when I look at it, it's almost all
yeah,
the different restaurants in Jamaica. Like I'm looking at it now,
yeah,
Tasty,
yeah.
Domino's, Pizza Hut. So you have both of
Yes.
the pizza companies, Juicy Patties. Like you guys really supply almost, it seems like almost all the restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, we do. I mean, that's a segment of the market that we got a break many years ago with Mothers. They gave us the opportunity, and then we moved into KFC. And KFC we had to jump through hoops backwards really to get the KFC work because we had to be approved internationally. And every big brand that you see us do, we have to do a lot of work internationally with them to make sure that we're up to the standards. We have to send them samples. They have to come down, rate our facility, and make sure that we have the latest equipment and technology, that our workers are up to standard. So it's not easy to do international work, but it is very rewarding.
And I mean,
And
even the you said international work, so I'm assuming that, and for a lot of our listeners, a lot of the restaurants that you also do is not just in Jamaica. Like you will also outfit maybe Starbucks in Trinidad and so on, and Latin America.
Yeah.
So I know it's a lot of international work that you guys are getting, which is good, especially getting that foreign exchange in.
Right. So
So,
yes, and we're not doing enough. And when I say enough for my liking, I would like right now about 20 to 30
for our
percent.
liking too.
For
For
your
our
liking
liking
too,
too.
right?
Remember,
yeah.
shareholders.
So our exports are running somewhere between 25 and 30% now. We want to bring that number up significantly. Uh, Not leaving out the Jamaican market at all because this is where our bread and butter is. But it's very important that we get into other markets because Jamaica is a small market. And if we're going to grow the company exponentially, then it has to be outside of Jamaica.
Agreed.
So you
Okay.
are right. We do a lot of KFCs, Starbucks, and other brands outside of Jamaica, but mostly in the Caribbean and Central America at this point. We have been on trade missions to, and are going on more trade missions to the US because we feel that East Coast of the US is a very good potential market for us. It's a very rich market and it's a very close
Hmm.
market. And because of the CBI, the Caribbean Based Initiative, we can export into that market free of duty.
Hmm.
And you guys are still benefiting from the high shipping costs coming from China and stuff like that. So it's easier for you to export your products to them.
Yeah, some of
The
those
US.
shipping prices have come down significantly, but where we beat them is on time and quality. So our products are made much better than those that are coming out of Asia. And our delivery times are much shorter because they have a month worth of shipping. We have a week.
That's perfect.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Wait, something I want to ask.
sure.
I know this is a very popular restaurant right now. Even every night it's been packed. I haven't even tried it. Krispy Kreme. Are you guys the supplier of the Krispy Kreme locations?
So we did some of the work in Krispy Kreme, not all. Um, I think because it's the first of its kind in Jamaica, sometimes the franchisees like to set the trend by doing the store and saying to a local manufacturer, this is what it should look like. Um,
Mm.
Mm.
but actually, in Krispy Kreme, we did quite a bit. So, yeah, we did.
Would you say
I
like a
would say we did the
percentage?
majority of the work there.
Okay.
Majority.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay, nice. And
Okay.
I
then
haven't been myself because the lines have been too long. Um, I passed this evening coming up, and there were at least 100 people outside of the store, and inside the store was full.
whoa.
So, yeah,
Yeah, that's every day,
Wow.
even up until closing time. There are lines
really.
outside.
Well, listen,
Yep,
I'm
man.
glad for them,
It's
and I wish them all the success. And it gives us as consumers more products to enjoy, and it's going to help to increase the economy, the size of the economy. So, it's a good thing.
one
And I
hundred
got my
percent.
visa this year, so I should be able to go without any judgment.
That's
First
hilarious.
on, you're a troublemaker.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So I'm sorry. So you said that you also wanted to go the east coast side of the US and so on. I think I'll also a part of your I guess the business model is not just making, but you guys also do renovations, I would assume. So if like say a couple chairs and so on are broken, or if the restaurant itself wants or the facility wants a facelift, they would still normally use JFP. Am I correct?
You are correct, and that's what is known as remodeled. So, most international franchises give the company somewhere between 5 and 8 years before they need to remodel. So, all of the KFCs that you see now, there are about 15 Jamaica, somewhere near there. Um, so they all need to be remodeled on a 5 to 8 year cycle. So that's what we're in the process of doing with them right now. So they're
Mm.
all of the older stores are being brought up to date, and then once these are up to date, so they can't do, obviously no business can do everything at one time. So they spread out the work over a period of time. So it gives us a consistency of work, which is good for us as well. One of the problems we have is that we build the furniture too good, so they still look good after the 5 to 8 years. But
Yeah.
luckily, the franchise
Uh,
holder insists on the new images, and
Okay.
it is a big, it's a good thing for the franchise is as well, because we have been seeing trends that when stores remodel, you see a bump in sales of like up to 30%.
Wow,
So
nice.
yeah,
mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So anybody
same
with a
TGI.
business out there,
yeah,
yeah, I'm just saying, anybody with businesses, if you want a bump in
yeah,
revenues, look out
absolutely,
for JFP.
absolutely.
TGI has been very packed since
You notice it?
the
Yeah,
renovation.
yeah, yeah,
I've
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
I've tried to go. I even tried to go up to Friday, and the parking lots. I remember the last time before that I actually ended up going. I had to circle like 5 times before I found
It,
a parking lot,
it's
a
so
parking
funny,
space.
and that's happening every night of the week. And that store was done. I think when it opened was about 16 years ago, and they didn't change the furniture for 16 years. And as a matter of fact, when they did the remodel here, they didn't change a lot of the furniture. We just refurbished it for them, as Theon you were
Mm-hmm.
talking about. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a
So when
testament to our quality.
100%. Like the products are definitely good. And even at the AGM, Matthew asked a lot of questions. And I remember you answered one of them, which is what percentage of the store,
Yeah,
like, do you guys, you know, d- renovate or the furniture for and so on? And you said about if it's everything except maybe the electronics, so everything front facing, like client facing,
right.
so the cabinets, the desks, the chairs, the everything.
Yeah.
Am I
In
correct?
in the business, it's called the FOH, front of house. So in a restaurant, you
Okay.
have front of house and back of house. Back of house is the where they do the cooking. The front of the house is where people sit and are served. We do the front of the house, so we're FOH when it comes to restaurants. And there are two types of restaurants um, that we deal with. You have casual dining, which is CD,
Mm-hmm.
and QSR, which is quick service restaurants, which KFCs and Starbucks would. Now, Starbucks is kind of a hybrid where they're almost a casual dining you know, coffee shop, because they use woods and they're really upper scale. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we do everything in the front of house except the ceiling and the floor.
Okay. Nice. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay. One of the questions we have for you when we were doing before we did this episode, we were looking on, just the amount of boards and things you do. I don't know if people realize how many things you do. Not only are you CEO of JFP,
Mm-hmm.
but you also work with the president of the private sector organization of Jamaica. You're
Mm-hmm.
also the, I think, non-executive chairman of AMG Packaging.
You
How
were
do
also
you?
at the. I think you're also
Oh
the
yes,
president of the JMEA,
the
the
previous
Jamaica
president.
I
Manufacturers
was,
Exporters
I
Association.
was. So
So
I will share
how
with
do you
you.
manage all of that?
Let me share with you what I do first. So I used to be the president of the JMEA,
Mm-hmm.
and I am now the president of the PSOJ. Um, so these are volunteer jobs. The president of the PSOJ. I sit on three government boards. I'm the deputy chairman at Petrojam. I'm the chairman of the USF, and I'm the chairman of e-learning. So those are the three
Wow.
government boards, and that's what I consider my give back to my country. I am the CEO and sit on the board of JFP, as you stated. I am the chairman of Metry Spices and of AMG, and I sit on
Wow.
the board of Paramount Trading. So that's my body of work. Now, how do I get it done? Um, I find that I write things down. I write everything down, including to read the newspaper. If it doesn't get done today, I put it over until tomorrow, and it'll get done, or it doesn't get struck off on my list of to do things. Um, I've also realized that one of the things I realized, and it's a quote I read from Colin Powell, the ex Secretary of State or whatever he was in the US, is that meetings don't need to be long. Anything over an hour, and you start to lose people and waste time. So all of the boards that I chair, I try to keep my meetings within an hour. Um, I don't think we need to have these excessively long meetings, and
I think a lot of people can relate to
yeah,
that
and so people
100%.
have really started to say to me, and I start out like that. I say it to people, listen, guys, before the meeting starts. I said, listen, no, I'm not in any long meeting, right? If we can, so don't bother to raise your hand to say, well, as Johnny said, so and so. If Johnny said it, make Johnny say it and leave it at that. Yeah, son. So
Yeah.
we're not. So I think that has helped significantly. I've also come to realize that if I don't get it done today, it'll be done tomorrow, and that's not the end of the world. Unless it comes to my customers, when they tell me that they have to have it by today, then it'll be today, and we move all the mountains that we can to get it done today.
Mm.
Also, I'm able to do those things because I have a very good partner um, who takes up the slack for me at JFP. And we have a good team at JFP. So our general manager, Lisa Sagani, and the rest of the team there, they're all exceptional at what they do. And it allows me the freedom to be able to do the give back that I do. So, I make it work, and it's just my way of giving back for a couple of years, and then I'll be on to something else.
Okay, we love that. Love to hear that. Uh, so a lot of our the investors in the market now have seen a lot of the the news about the total office deal that was struck. Big up to Sir Ryan
Yeah,
Strawn. He was also on our podcast and we spoke a lot about
yeah,
it. You guys can see the previous videos, we'll link them
sure.
and so on. But so can you speak to us about that deal? Like what do you like it? Do you any opinions on it
Sure,
and so on?
sure. Listen,
Go ahead.
it's a natural fit for us.